because this whole room's crooked.
You're crooked.
The building's on a slant.
Ross,
Yes.
why is Instagram so delayed?
Because it always is.
Okay, I think I'm about to be in the function.
Function.
There we go, we're in. All right. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to the Lunchtime Live. For you guys who don't know what this is what we do every single week for 1 hour. You can ask us your airsoft and non-airsoft related questions, and we'll answer them and try to be as entertaining as humanly possible. Tom is New Mexico man right now. So he's going down to Copperhead for this weekend, so he's on the road, so I'm joined with...
Hello.
Sweet Rick.
How goes it?
Hi, Preston. Welcome to the live. Oh, and a kissy face.
Kiss him back.
Mwah! Here, I'll come up to the camera and everything. I'll lean over like this.
Oh my god.
You said it.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna not do it.
Not on camera. Now we gotta
Now we
put
gotta
a disclaimer on this.
Disclaimer.
Not appropriate for children.
What? What? But anyway, for you guys who didn't hear my spiel, feel free to ask us your airsoft questions.
Ooh, this is a good answer to a good question. Any recommendations where I could sell my used HPA rifle? Spent $900 on it. Work done by Kirby at Odin's. Well, good news for you. Bolt Bash is October 12th. And not only can you sell your stuff there because it's a swap meet, Kirby will also be there because Odin's will be there as well.
Wow.
So you could
The stars.
have an endorsement from the guy who built it to sell it to somebody present.
The stars will align for you. But make sure you come to Bolt Bash.
October 12th.
Be there or be square. Oh, damn. Now that's some love. Rated M for mature. Should we have... Ross, can you make that? So...
What are the old... What were the games that were rated adult? Like whenever it was like the PS1, they had the...
Mature.
Well, they had another rating above that.
No, I thought...
It was an A for adult.
Oh, yeah.
It was like ended after PS1, I think.
NC-17.
All the English ones you get, it was like an English rating system.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like some anime thing.
Yeah, T for teen, M for mature,
Yeah.
and then the adult.
It was like an anime game that it wasn't actually anime. But it was, you know.
Where is Bolt Bash at, Eric?
Right here at Amped Airsoft headquarters. You could type it into Google, but I'll give you the address right now. 2250 Noblestown Road, Pittsburgh, PA, 15205. Come on by, October 12th. It's everywhere on our social media right now, so you can't miss it. We're posting about it nonstop. It's probably not in the frame, but there's a poster up there.
No.
But October 12th, come on by. Bring your friends, bring fellow airsofters, bring your airsoft enemies to sell more and, I don't know, have a competition of who could sell more, win something. We have HP rifles that are being raffled. I can see 2 right now that we're giving away in this room at this very moment.
So you're telling me I can show up to an event for free and
yeah.
possibly leave with an airsoft gun?
You could sell an airsoft gun and then leave for an airsoft. That's like pure profit. He's getting rid of a $900 airsoft rifle. We got an Avalon with a fusion engine we're giving away right over there. That's at least $900. There's a PDI in it too. So I mean, we're pushing. You could sell that gun and walk away with that gun.
Wow.
And technically have $200 profit.
I love it. But be there. Seriously. Bring all the enemies. Adults only, AO rating. Stores wouldn't stock them. Oh my God.
You gotta go on the deep web for that.
The deep web.
You gotta go on the deep webs.
Oh, Frago's headquarters. That implies more locations. Come make a store. No.
Yeah, we do have more locations. They travel around the country. Yeah. So
our second location's probably in Indiana or something.
Technically we have like 80 different locations depending on all the places we've been.
We're only open very specific dates throughout the year.
Yeah, or Google. Yeah, Playas New Mexico open September 4th.
Oh, man. Here's
whatever, 6th.
Do you want to read that one?
Bring all the enemies. Which one?
The thoughts on...
Oh! Event score drama is always so stupid. I never post my event scores after all the event I post because who cares about the score? We're just there to have fun. Correct. It baffles my mind that anybody cares about. I think the only event score that I care about is if I ever play at the CQB field and I want direct validation to my...
Or if you're on one team and I'm on the other, and then...
Like, did I beat Wes? Like, yes.
And then I'll be like,
flag for longer.
I lost to Eric. And that is it. But in that regard, it's like fun competitive nature. You know, me and Eric will still be friends after the fact, but some people... But some people really do, man. They bring it to heart, and it
I've never once thought about the score at like a bigger event.
It takes away the fun. Honest. I feel like you're literally dampening your time at an event that you paid for.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, and there's so many people there. Are you gonna message them all directly, gloating? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna post it on your own social media? Like, my green faction scored more points than the tan faction. My efforts are
recognized.
I feel validated.
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe Airsoft is the friends we make along the way.
That's the only win that I could think of, or loss.
It could be a loss. More than likely.
Bring all the enemies, though. I like that. You bring all the enemies to the Bolt Bash. All the ops. Tell Tom to stop in Wisconsin on his way to Copperhead. Unfortunately, that's completely out of the way.
And I think they're well past that.
He's well past it. Yes, Ross, I am here today. If only. Can stay long, have class soon, keep it spicy.
We also have...
That's all I know how to do.
So I'm confused about regulators for HPA engines.
Oh, I missed that one.
You did. That's okay.
I think it was. Oh, there it is at the top.
So, real quick, all your HPA regulators going to do. Your tank has a pressure in it. You have two types of outputs on your tanks. You have a standard pressure output at 800 psi, and then an SLP or a super low pressure output at 300 psi. HP engines are typically rated to intake up to 120 psi, give or take a few outliers that can take a little bit more. All your Airsoft regulator is doing is taking that 300 or 800 psi coming out of your tank and regulating it down to anywhere from 40 psi to 120 psi, give or take, and feeding that regulated pressure into your HPA engine, allowing it to shoot at an optimal, FPS where you're playing. Without your regulator, and you hooked it up straight to your tank pressure, you would blow literally every O-ring out of most HPA engines, and you'd have a bad day. So, SLP.
What happened recently? Somebody used a fill whip as a regulator?
Yes, we did have somebody actually manage to get a fill whip. For those who don't know what a fill whip is, it attaches to scuba tanks and allows you to fill other HPA tanks. So we're talking like 3,000 pounds of pressure, give or take.
They're lucky their gun isn't on the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
It was hooked up directly to an HPA line, introducing many, many PSI, and thus blowing a hole in the side of the line, which was probably the only reason that engine didn't go to the moon. So, yeah.
That's an example of voided warranty, by the way. That was not covered under our Amped Airsoft warranty. We're down one.
There it goes. Thank you.
You can have that.
Thank you, TikTok.
Shout out our sponsors. TikTok.
TikTok loves us. TikTok absolutely loves us. We have been banned from the TikTok.
If Ross on green team beats me, tan team, I'm going to commit a case of domestic because of this loss, then I will win. I don't know about that. I don't know how that's measured in Airsoft. I don't know if that's going to be an Instagram post for the event producer afterwards, unfortunately.
What will get me on an Instagram post by an event producer?
You might be on one of the news outlets.
Honestly.
If that's your goal. I've never had it happen at one of my events, but in some events I have helped other coordinators run both Airsoft and paintball. I have had to escort people off for starting a fight on the field. Yeah, we've seen it. Quite a few times.
Unfortunately, it
people
happens.
can't separate
Yeah, it
their
happens.
emotions from toy guns.
It happens
Go
more
figure.
often than I'd like to see.
Can't say don't you take it seriously if that's your cup of tea, but I mean, there's no reason to.
There's a level of taking it serious,
Yeah, I'm stressed.
but respecting the game and respecting others. There's nothing wrong with playing a game with 100%. And I think when people can't disconnect, can't disconnect that fact, it gets a little spicy out there. And then when you get two people who can't disconnect that fact, who meet each other in a high-strung scenario, it usually doesn't go over well for either party. So
Yes, indeed.
just keep a level head, have fun.
How much can I break an engine but still be under warranty? Well, that's probably going to depend on what engine you have and what company makes it, but most of the time, a general rule of thumb is not how much you could break it, it's more or less how the engine failed without user error. So if you broke it and it was something that you could have controlled, they probably won't replace it. We're the same way. If it's a user error and...
or not just normal standard use.
Yeah, like if you like that guy, if he plugged 3,000 psi into his F2 and his F2 exploded, I have a feeling Polar Star wouldn't warranty it because he was the direct cause of his F2.
Essentially, in
completely
that
failing.
scenario, you look at it as if the engine is advertised within certain realms or like reaches. I guess you would describe it. It can go one way and go the other way. It lives within a certain amount of expectation that is advertised by the manufacturer. You exceed those, well then the manufacturer was never promised to achieve what you've done, thus voiding anything that they would cover. Does that make sense? Probably bad terminology, but
No,
you get what I'm saying.
I track.
So something in that realm, and if you intentionally try to destroy anything, even within its realms of, you're going to void the warranty. Bottom line. I mean, it's just, don't intentionally break things. Normal use, you're usually chilling.
You wrecking your car isn't covered under the warranty. If you're at fault for a car wreck,
Right.
Honda's not going to cover your repairs because their warranty is manufacturer defects typically.
Yeah. Or if you're going 60 down the highway and put it in R for race mode and all of a sudden you're in reverse. Yeah, that's what the R is on your transmission if anyone's curious. You need to pass someone on the highway, slam it right into R, and you're...
Amped IGL should have an option to include the new filtered fitting from Polar Star.
Who said that?
Don't we?
Ant,
I think that's...
Ant, are you living 3 weeks ago, dude? Did you not watch our video? Is that live? It's live, Ant. So anyway,
we watched our video.
we do actually have
I do
that.
believe it does include. Yeah, it's included. Not you choose to include it.
Yeah. So the new IGL 2.0 for anybody who's new to HPA, Polar Star has an awesome filter that can filter out what was it 0.20 micrometer? What was the measure?
Size of a human head.
Yes,
Size of a human hair. I try to remember the actual
diameter
numbers.
of a human hair. I think you're close.
Yeah, so it can literally filter out something as small as a human hair in diameter, and we figured we should add that to an IGL. So when you purchase your IGL 2.0, it actually has a brand new fitting that we include in every single one, and you can add this threaded filtered fitting directly onto it. So every single IGL is capable of having a filter attached to it. So get with the program, Ant. Hella based, absolutely. It's good stuff. But yeah, get yourself an IGL 2.0.
Ever run into players running metal BBs? Had that happen to me 3 times in the last 3 years. I have not. Have you ran into anybody using metal BBs?
No.
I mean, we could have and just not noticed, but like...
I feel like I would have noticed.
I have never seen somebody running... I mean, back in the day, maybe.
Maybe like in the backyard and like...
but I don't ever recall ever seeing any sort of metal BBs being used. I mean, like, I don't even think most normal airsoft guns could even cycle that.
Unless he's talking...
I mean, it has to be the same size and same... I don't even...
6mm ball bearings were a thing.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
But those are... Holy smokes. That's like literal, like, attempted murder at that point.
Yeah, that's wild.
I haven't personally ran into it, but that's crazy.
Metal BB users are the Florida or Ohio man of airsoft.
Yeah, I'm with E-House on this one. I've never seen a metal BB on the field in almost 20 years.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where that's been seen because honestly, I don't ever recall even hearing about that anywhere being used.
Pulled a metal BB out of my PC after an open play.
Jeez, that's insane.
I remember the ceramic heavy sniper BBs, yeah.
I love to pour sand directly into my IGLs I don't want to filter. Sand powered engine. You've heard of HPA, now you have heard of SPA.
Sand powered engines.
Use it like sandbags on your back.
Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, these pants are old. They're comfy though.
Tigger strip.
Bad day to wear them though, because I'm in the sauna for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You chose unwisely.
Correct. Correct. I just got sad because I see both of you here and not on the road. I know.
We're sad to a degree as well.
I'm with Eric.
Of course, we'd love to be there with you guys, but
yeah,
at the same time,
2 weeks on the road.
We've been doing this a long time. This is probably the first corporate I haven't gone to in 4 years.
Yeah, it's
nice to have my Labor Day weekend though. I haven't experienced that in 4 years either. So I mean, you're in the same boat, Jason. So I'm sure it's exactly what I'm talking about. Except you don't have to set up a trailer. I mean,
yeah, what the heck?
Or pull one. Actually, or drive. So you don't know what we're talking about. You just get on the plane, you fly down.
If that was the case, I'd be leaving Friday or Thursday, and we'd be there Friday. I
do want to fly down, like do a weekend and do Carlsbad and White Sands again. Like I just want to fly down and do like the park tour.
I know, that was fun.
That's very cool. Definitely the high moment of that trip.
Of NatOps.
I'll have a drink for you. I'll have a drink for you on the road. Actually, don't drink on the road.
Yeah, fly out tomorrow morning. That's bullshit.
Is Eric going to Arsenal too? I don't know. I am going to Shally, which is the MSW at that location. But I went to Arsenal 1 with a bunch of my buddies, and we had fun, I would say. But I don't know if I'm going to Arsenal 2, potentially. I'd rather look good more than be comfortable.
Drip or drown.
That's a defender.
Yeah. That is, in fact, a defender.
I fly out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Tom
Eric,
left
can we
2 days
snuggle
ago.
at Shally? Yeah, if you could kill me while we sleep. Now I said it's gonna happen.
I hope it does.
Yeah, I am not running Rust 4, so I assume you are. But yeah, I guess. I mean, if you want to snuggle, try to make that work.
Try to make that work.
Try to figure out the logistics.
West Coast staying weird. When isn't it weird? What was this? It happens a lot in Cali, especially in Los Angeles area.
I could see it being a California Airsoft thing, unfortunately. No shade at California Airsoft, but like, I think the concentration of Airsoft fields is so high in California, you're just bound to run into something quicker than we would.
No, absolutely. It's just volume. I mean, statistics. The more you do something, the more you're around something, you're gonna run into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I've never run into it. I've never experienced it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like not aware.
It could
of
have totally happened, but like it didn't like affect me personally. You know, I didn't get shot by it or see somebody else using it, so it could have very much well happened at a game we were at. But
yeah,
you know,
man, I can't
who
even
knows?
think of like a potential incident. I don't know. I hope it never happens. Now that I'm aware of it,
Yeah, that would stink.
well, I'd have to play to get shot. So
Yeah.
I don't do that very often.
You're going to ACS this weekend, though.
I think so. Yeah. Got to clear it with.
I just saw Preston advertise that you're going to be there as an Airsoft celebrity. He did. It was on ACS's story. And it's that picture from that Russian shoot that we did like years ago, which is great pictures. Like good on him for using that one.
Preston's so funny. I love that dude.
So if you don't show up, it's false advertising, and they're gonna have to throw you in jail in Kentucky.
To jail I go. No.
You're gonna have to get extradited to
That's
Kentucky.
not a bad drive. I'm like,
No, not at all.
I mean, it's like what? I mean, you know geography better than I do. We all know I'm very good at geography. How long is that? What is that like?
Oh, you're actually asking?
I didn't look it up.
I don't know. I mean, it's like 3 hours to Columbus,
Yeah.
then another 2 to Cincinnati, then you're gonna cross Kentucky. So I bet it's like 7 hours, 7 or 8 hours.
The Gulf will make it. We'll be good.
You should go. The next time, never mind. Don't even. I want to go down there, and of course see ACS again. But like, I really want to go look at like old Civil War battlefields down there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's like a really important area for the Grant campaign. And if you don't know me, I'm super into history. So. I've never seen it, which I should.
Where else are we here?
Wes is my second favorite Airsoft celebrity.
I'm not an Airsoft
Hey.
celebrity.
If you're not first, you're last.
If you're not first, you're last. Well, I failed you all. I'll try harder next time. Wes is right after Don Tom and right before Normal Tom.
Tim.
Tim. Mr. Tim. Oh.
So tell me more about them KWA MP7s. Those are dope.
Well, you don't own a KWA. No, you have the VFC.
They're good though, from what I know. I mean, they're great.
For a while,
MP7s.
it was really the only MP7 you could like physically get your hands on.
Yeah.
Then I mean, people would figure out a way to get a TM, but even the TMs were kind of rare, and they shot so low because of
Japanese standard, yeah.
Japanese laws. But the KWAs were awesome, and they still are. I think the only thing that was weird about the KWAs, correct me if I'm wrong, is their scaling, size-wise, was incorrect to the real one.
No, the TM was incorrect.
Oh, okay.
So
correct me if I'm wrong.
The TM was, and this is like information from, Ryan, the granddaddy of all knowledge when it comes to stuff like this. But from what I remember, it's the TM. It was before anybody actually physically had an MP7, other than like pictures that you would see of people using them in the real world. So I think Tokyo Marui, and if I'm wrong, like absolutely call me on it, but I think Tokyo Marui took the pictures and tried to guess on the scale of what the MP7 was, and that's when they created the model. But then I think the KWA and the VFC are more accurate to the real size. That's why like TM MP7s are like so small.
Right.
They look like they look like LPEGs almost because they're just like so inaccurate to the size. But that's just because before they knew, they were straight guessing based off of
Imagine
the scale.
trying to cram all those internals into a puny gun and then realizing you could have made it bigger.
Imagine if it was like a bunch of like really small people using them, so they looked massive. So whenever the gun came out,
They
like
scaled it?
Yeah. It's like, okay, well that guy's hands are like this big, but his hands are like So the gun was just like really tiny.
Somebody over at Tokyo Mirror definitely got fired after they started assembly, and then they're like, guys, we got a test model in, and they're like, what did you do? And we have 50,000 of these.
That looks like a Build-A-Bear prop.
Oh my God, E-House, this is hilarious.
It's true.
Being an Airsoft celebrity is like being the most popular cover band in your county. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
That does make a lot of sense.
Next event, that needs to be your patch.
My patch?
No, E-House.
Oh.
You don't.
I'm not a celebrity.
No. Neither. No.
No, I don't want to be.
Airsoft is like a fun little game that we play, and we happen to bring knowledge, information, and entertainment.
We happen to work in the industry too,
Yeah.
and play, so that just kind of creates the perfect storm sometimes.
Yeah. But what kind of games do you guys prefer? Limited lives or elimination games, or unlimited medics / respawn games? I'm a fan of limited lives, especially respawns. I think it'd have to be where I'm playing would determine what kind of lives I like.
I agree.
Because personally, like, I enjoy, like, especially here at the field, like the indoor, when we do like the capture the flag or like the ground control, like ground war, essentially. I love the unlimited lives because everyone's very aggressive and they're going for the objectives and it's very high paced, and that's what I'm there to do. But when you're in the woods and you're spending 45 minutes to like creep around somewhere, or like an hour to do something, you shoot a couple...
Or it's like 5 miles to walk back to spawn.
Right. Or you shoot a couple guys along the way, and it's like, you're either like, that's an unlimited respawn, and then people can just kind of like, they don't care. They'll just go, they'll just come back in 30 seconds.
No, absolutely, I agree. Yeah.
So I think it definitely plays...
It depends where we're playing. I agree. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, like, honestly, sprinkled in sometimes, the one life games are fun at the field. But, like, for the majority of the night, I want to be playing, like, instant respawn, get back out there.
Wes should put B-list Airsoft celebrity in his bio. I'll do it. I'm signed in on my phone right now. Am I still signed in on this phone? Probably not.
No, well, Instagram is the amped account. Unless you're still, you might be able to switch it.
No.
I don't know.
Just check my account after the live. I'll do it.
It'll be on there.
I'm
Just
gonna
don't
check.
follow the Airsoft Samurai Airsoft Celebrity Guideline, not Gucci.
Preston's so funny.
I'll make it a bit for my next LARP. Perfect, Eric. I would love to see that. I really like games dedicated and marked medics and limited hard respawns. It's weird because like a lot of those games don't really, those aren't in our area.
Right.
It's like we have either paintball airsoft fields or indoor airsoft fields, which are like instant all the time, so.
Yeah, I think like for getting into Airsoft and like playing at a local field for the first time, or like, a casual play, you kind of do want unlimited respawns, because then the newer players can actually focus on playing the game rather than, am I following the medic rules? Do I have to spend a lot of time doing this or that? They can just come in, play the game, and have fun. And then once you exceed that and you're going to like larger scale events and things along those lines, then you can kind of focus on how do we add layers to the game and do more with it once you've kind of conquered the basics. I don't know. I think that's a scale.
So all these Milsom West account names are good. I agree. But I told Wes years ago that if his play style was like a ghillie sniper, his name should be Wesley Snipes.
I
know. That would have been perfect.
If I was into it,
if you were into sniping, it should have been Wesley Snipes.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah, I could have definitely bought myself a run cam and have a very successful YouTube channel. Doing various things on the airsoft field. You guys are giving me too much stuff. I will definitely add the. I actually need to screenshot it because I already forgot your verbiage. There we go. Which one is it? Top? Is it this one?
Where are we at?
There we go. I got it.
Lost.
All right, I screenshotted your. Oh fuck! Crap! I left the live. I'm back.
Any word on the new KMCS ghillies coming in?
I
I know they're on order.
Yeah.
I know he announces them, but like, from the time that he usually announces them, or the time in which we place the order and they come to us for wherever they come from, probably Europe. It's from Europe, and but they just come directly here. It just takes a little while because of the quantity. We order a lot, and I don't have a specific ETA, but definitely within the next couple weeks.
They take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, when was the last? Do you remember when the last time we got them? No, I don't either.
I mean, they kind of come. I also don't check like the receiving cart much anymore, but they'll probably be here soon.
Yeah, but keep an eye on the website. Always sign up for restock notifications too, because if you want to jump on them, that's the best way to do so. Because I guarantee you, there's a lot of people who are signed up for those restocks.
Yes.
What did I miss? Since I accidentally swiped out of mine.
When it comes to airsoft with your friends, do you do an initiation thing? My friend and I do a line them up and shoot them. They give us a safety word, and mine is Gumby. No, I do not do any of that.
I've never had to do that.
Sounds like hazing.
It's kind of like
airsoft.
Like a initiation to something. I mean, I've heard of teams doing things like that. Of oh, you have to do X, Y, or Z, and then you're part of the team. But never did any of that. So, yeah, no, I've never had to do that. Just we play toy guns.
From you guys for my SSG-1. Is there another part of that? You guys have okay, I see. You guys have a great service. I was just recently bought a 14mm CW muzzle for my SSG-1. I believe that's what he's saying. Cool. Perfect. Thank you for the support. That's awesome. We have a bunch of those parts for SSG-1. So any details on Bullet Bash? Getting excited? What other details could you need? No, I'm kidding. We're going to have a video that comes out explaining a lot of the other nitty-gritty parts of it soon. Just be here. I would say be here around 11 to 5. At some point near the latter half of the day, we're going to have the raffle, which is obviously the big part of it. We have a little bit of charity being folded in. We're going to sell additional raffle tickets this year, so you can increase your odds to buy something, and all the money will go towards a charity. Vic, you might be familiar with the Remember Me Rose Garden out in Somerset, PA, which is where the Flight 93 went down during 9/11. So it's going to be in support of them. So they're able to add stuff, make it more accessible. They have a million plans on their website. Stay posted because that's going to be talked about a lot more in depth too. And they should be here for the event too, so you could talk to them and see pictures of the Rose Garden itself, etc. Other than that, I mean, we'll have cornhole. We'll have plenty of. I think we'll have a shooting competition. We'll have
food truck.
No, I didn't do a food truck this year because we have so many places to eat, literally within arms. You could throw a baseball to all the places that you could eat on our street. So I figured we'll just give everybody else the business on the street. Plus, last year when we had one, people preferred the businesses anyway on the street. So
yeah,
food is it's accessible like a food truck. But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Big day of hangout. You can pick the brains of all the reps that will be here. Meet and greet.
Yeah,
play airsoft later on that day. So.
And you said you have a video that you're working on. So.
Yeah, the video should be out very soon. So.
Very exciting stuff. Mark your calendars, because if you forget, you're gonna regret it.
Yes, indeed.
Eric, think a brushless motor. What?
I'm sure the brushless. I think a standard speed brushless motor would work fine if you put it in there. Alex, I read it.
Oh, you read that one?
Yeah, I just glanced over it when I was up there.
Did you say it though?
No.
Okay. No, I thought I was tripping.
I think a brushless would be good. Just don't do anything above standard speed because originally that's what we tried and it literally just didn't even want to accept it.
Yeah, it was
no, thank you.
It was too much.
I will not do that.
eHouse says, I've had first-time players come to my games because something more... Oh my god, I can't read my phone, dude. I'm going to start over. I've had first-time players come to my games because something more intricate is what they're looking for. But generally, open plays and rules like and rules like casual games are the great starts for most players. I
Agreed.
completely agree. That's the one thing I like about Gun Gamers. If you guys don't know, Gun Gamers Productions does awesome events.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're super fun, and they have tons of different aspects to them that allow people to like get introduced to playing a heavier scale like Airsoft game, but have a very knowledgeable and kind staff to help them get through it and really understand what needs to be done. And I think it's a perfect balance of...
It's super digestible for somebody that's new to like a
Yeah.
longer form Airsoft game.
So, very good. I'm thinking of purchasing an MTW. Everyone says they are the best HPA ever. Should I do a forged or billet?
Do a forged. I think the forged has like it's like the more premium one. I don't know. You're pretty utilitarian. I mean, if you want to save money, just do the billet. You're not gonna have a difference in performance.
You're probably
So,
going to do stuff to it anyway, Vic.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think honestly either one you're going to be A-okay with.
Hey boys, Tonka Godfather of Airsoft Mafia family from Canada. New speed team starting out. Good luck. Good luck. Hopefully you get some games, make a name for yourself.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to start stuff new like that. So, just as long as you're having fun, man, that's all that really matters. That's really cool, though.
Dump a 40-pound rice bag of BBs on the new guys for initiation. We did that to a buddy who was deploying and we wouldn't be seeing for a long time. Miss that man.
See, that one sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, nobody's in pain or nobody's being
Yeah, you just kind of dump
yeah.
some BBs. I'd like to fill the amped pool with BBs.
It'd be a lot of BBs. That pool's pretty damn big.
I know.
So like that,
It'd probably
we have to like order like several times from BLS. Like Ryan would be so upset.
yeah.
And Ryan uses the pool a lot, so
I
like,
know.
he'd be upset about the amped pool being filled with BBs, and the fact that he has to receive them all.
Yeah.
It all have to be the same weight so we could rebag them.
Yeah, it's nice that it's
Kurt wouldn't
indoors.
go
We
for
can
it.
use it throughout the year, but I
Yeah.
mean, nonetheless, the amped pool will never be filled with BBs. My lifelong dream will never be complete.
Yeah, I hear you.
Maybe one day.
So swimming in the BBs, I get it. Alrighty.
Are there any good indoor airsoft fields in Pittsburgh or the general PA? Or in the general PA?
Yes. Amped Airsoft Arena.
We actually have a field.
Yeah, we have a field attached to the building. So, I actually just played on Saturday night. So, come on down to that. It's a lot of fun. I had a blast. So, you know,
Yeah, so
always
I mean,
improving.
Saturdays and Sundays, you can purchase your ticket online at the Amped Airsoft Arena website. It saves you a couple bucks, and you reserve your time to be there. There are walk-ins, so don't stress about it. But super fun, new rentals, new things like that, constant adjustments, and it's fun. It's high paced. It's cool. I like it a lot.
All I could say is that hazing in our group is pretty neat. Trauma bonding, those nerds works great. Whatever you say. I just read that one. I'll run a food stand of strictly Wisconsin cheese curds at Bolt Bash. You better have a permit. Talking about gun gamers, how great it is. Or an ENL AK and an HPA engine. You should do that. That would help out somebody that you know. And you'd save money, probably. When do you guys want to go skate, Wes and Ross? What the didn't even bother
Vic
to
asked
ask
that
me.
right now.
Right now, we're on our way.
Do they
Come
have...
here.
So, like, for snowboarding, they have, like, the inner tubes. Do they have an equivalent of that for, like, skating?
It's called scooter kids.
Razor scooters?
Yeah. No,
It's
tell 'em I got my board in my trunk. We'll skate in the parking lot right now. I'll tell them to come down.
Mine's
What's your
actually here, too.
toxic
Yeah,
airsoft
we'll
trait?
do it.
Toxic airsoft trait? I need to do a little self-reflection right now.
We definitely have them. We're not saying we're above.
Yeah, no,
We
I'm
definitely have some quirks.
trying to
I
think
don't-
of one
I
that-
couldn't.
Oh, you can't think of one.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not perfect.
just
I definitely do.
Too much issued gear.
Don't call any of my hits ever. No, I'm kidding.
I constantly cheat. I never call my hits.
I never chrono any of my guns. I use metal BBs.
Man, I'm
I don't know. I mean, I think, like, one thing that I do that I hate, especially when I'm recording, like, I'll talk to myself. And, like, sometimes it's like, yeah, you better, I'll, like, get somebody, I'll be, yeah, you better, like, be out, or you better call that. Like, I hate that. Because then, like, I'm like, oh my god, why did I say that?
like, well, that footage is ruined.
I'm like, I just, like, hate my own commentary so much. And, like, I don't know. That's my least favorite thing that I do.
Man, I'm trying to think.
I try to
Something
be
worth like mentioning. Like, of course, I've like gotten angry.
Yeah, we've
and,
done all the standard stuff.
I was like, call your hit. You know, I've been that. Like, everyone's been that person.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm trying to think of something that's more like unique to myself.
Like, I definitely feel like if something happens that's frustrating, especially like in CQB, like as I'm walking back, I'll like be
I yell
like,
at
to the wrong person. That would be like, oh my god, why is he huffing and puffing?
I think I yell at Justin a lot on the field because he definitely cheats.
Yeah.
That dude definitely be just like, bink, and he's like, no, I'm just playing. I don't know. I think, man, my toxic trait of Airsoft is I am very quick to utilize like something new and then be ready to move on to the next thing. I don't know if that's necessarily pertaining to Airsoft, but that's really all I can think of.
Well, like you'll buy a gun, use it a couple times.
I'll get real excited to play for like new gear or new gun.
That's how I feel with that MP7 right now. I had so much fun with that gun.
Right.
So hopefully that lasts for a while.
It'll like kind of lose its luster, and then I'll be like, okay, I need to do something new. Moose says, I go, Wes, I own a PTW. Well, for your information, Moose, I own 2 PTWs, so there you go.
Alex, I love
There's my toxic trait.
I love all of my impression kits all the same.
I don't.
Not just my Belgium one. Belgium one's probably the one we get the least usage out of, to be honest. But I do love that scar.
I love everyone expressing their toxic traits. This is great. We should do a, like an Airsoft.
Gunda. That's funny.
What?
Ants.
What? Read it.
My toxic. We're not even down there yet. I just like I'm seeing them pop up. But my toxic Airsoft trait is diagnosing people's guns mid firefight. I definitely could. I could see a tech being somebody that would be like, oh, well, that motor sounds a little screechy. Let me just tighten it up, or you should tighten that up.
That gearbox
I definitely have seen that a lot before, where it's like,
oh, I say that stuff like that
oh,
thing's shimmed too tight.
It's like, why is your hop up so low? Give me that. Like, you're just like, that's not even. That's like more of just.
That's
anybody,
a little helpful
anybody,
to a degree.
Right.
Especially if they're on my team. If I got a guy next to me who hasn't turned their hop up on all the way, I might be like, hey, buddy, turn that dial a little bit, hit that guy out there. Like, you're helping me. Like, let's play. I have a bad habit of overshooting because my brain registers their hit call too slow. That sounds like less of an Airsoft related problem.
Wait, where's that one?
General life problem. It's right here. I have a bad habit of overshooting because my brain registers their hit call too slow.
Oh, I see.
I totally relate.
I think we both do this. Where like if we're playing, we will keep shooting until we see a hand. And like sometimes that's like especially on the field where like I'll put like I've always been like a 2 or 3 BB person for the most part. Like it's like I'll put 2 BBs in and then maybe a third. It just until the hand goes up. But that sometimes is the time it takes somebody's hand to go up. So it's like they might have got 1 or 2 BBs unintentionally. So definitely do that too.
What's up, Solotron?
Therapy session. Oh, everybody admit to their faults.
Keep running them. Let's go, gang. I'll read them all. We're just gonna go around the room. My toxic trait is that I love walking miles without contact and expect everyone else to keep up and not get bored. I never unload my GBBR mags after a game.
You have to entertain them on the walk, Eric.
Me neither.
You have to do something to entertain them other than Airsoft. Don't people sing or rhyme or something to keep in step?
I like Vicks. Buy
Yeah.
new stuff. End up going back to original kit from 6 years ago.
You're just very stuck in your own.
Vic is stuck in the time when
Patterns.
Airsoft peaked.
My Solitron, my toxic rate is that anytime there's a new event at a new facility, I have to go. That's not toxic. That's awesome. You're just supporting the new guy.
It might be toxic for his wallet.
It might be toxic. I know you do work with D14, so like maybe it's toxic towards D14, but not toxic. It's supporting the competitor. I tend to build something, then I get offered a good number, then sell it. Moose, we know.
Mine is buys a gun, uses it an unhealthy amount, and then sells it because I used it too much and got bored. Relatable.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that is a lot of Airsoft stuff. A lot of people in Airsoft do that.
Frag, I agree. You probably shouldn't mention half of the things that you do. We'll come right back to you, Solotron. I'm just going to get the rest of these real quick, and then... Toxic Airsoft trait is BYOB Airsoft, and I end up drinking and staging more than playing. We know, Vic. We know.
It's like, Vic, this isn't even an Airsoft game. This is like your child's birthday party. You need help.
Another toxic trait I have is buying hundreds of dollars worth of deer.
Wait, what were you?
Solotron.
Oh.
Just for an upcoming event. And then I have a pile of Amazon, amped, and various other boxes in my Airsoft room. That's valid.
Yeah, I get that.
All right. So, Solotron, this is cool. I like this one. But why do you think that Europe seems to have no problem not using dead rags, while we struggle to make sure people have them and use them?
And Eric had a comment that dead rags are cringe, LORP deaths are far superior. See, you would think, and I agree with you, but there's been times where I try to do a LARP death at a dead rag game, and then I just end up getting shot and lit up
And
on
yelled
the
at.
ground and yelled at. It's happened
For
before.
cheating.
At a local event, I did a LARP death, and I was laying on the ground, and I was just getting lit up while I was laying on the ground. And
Guy
was
was
like, "There's no revives allowed." I was like, "I don't intend to get revived." He's just still shooting me, so
As for why it works in Europe and not here,
I never played Airsoft in Europe, so I don't have an intelligent.
and I don't really have a reason for that. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe people are just more understanding. I mean, does it boil down to that? I mean,
Maybe they're just so much more sure of themselves, or they're like, I hit that guy, he's dead. I'm gonna stop shooting him now.
Maybe
it's a trust thing. Maybe, I mean, not to say that they don't have their fair share of toxicity or some sort of hit calling issues, but maybe there's just a better general understanding amongst hobbyists over there.
maybe.
I constantly say I'm gonna diversify my kits, and I just buy another M4. You're not the only one. A lot of people love their AR platforms.
Expectations are everything.
Yes, absolutely. I completely agree.
I think acting deaths are much better in pretty
It's
much
a lot more
any
fun.
scenario. I mean, you can't really deny that you hit someone when they fall over and scream.
It's a lot more fun, yeah.
It is more fun too, but someone who just like is sitting there and then all of a sudden you shoot them and then they kind of like do this and then and like while that's happening, you're gonna be continuing to put rounds, But if they're like oh and fall over, it's like okay.
Well,
done.
I think it was Zulu who put that one video out that was like, "Please move, because your whole entire team is behind you. Why are you ever shooting me?" It's like, well, if you fall to the ground,
You're out of the way.
the people behind you, who are still in the game, can be shot now.
And you get out of the way of BBs that are still coming at you. If someone like does a rope of freaking LMG rounds, and those first couple, and you're like, whoa, then the rest of them will miss you. It's better for everybody.
Absolutely.
Camera keeps zooming in on Wes's elbow. What? Not on our screen, my guy.
I got both streams up, but it ain't happening. I think it's just Vic's drinking. He's probably just like.
He's like, this camera's moving.
I love you, Vic. Oh, Solotron's he's running the Red Line booth at Six Flags. So
Oh, dope. That'll be fun.
It's good now. Vic. I don't know, Vic. I didn't see any sort of zooming. But I believe you.
Six Flags is exciting. I'm very excited.
Oh, any of you run GBBRs or have had run one? If so, what is your favorite? Go ahead.
I have. I do enjoy them. My favorite just is my GHK AK-105, but they're tedious. They do have their flaws. They do kind of like not run flawlessly. A lot of people can go grab their AEG and play an entire game without one hiccup. You know, thousands of rounds and they're good to go. It's almost impossible to do something like that with a GBBR. Even an extremely well-maintained one, and there's probably some outliers there that have, but magazines are very expensive. Magazines are very heavy. Temperature will control how well your gun will function, especially if you're running green gas. It's more expensive to get into than people realize. You don't expect them to shoot as far as your like standard HPA gun or an AEG, but they are very satisfying, and the pros don't really outweigh the cons, but from a fun standpoint that comes with the reason we play Airsoft, it is worth it. Just find a good one. Like, just find one that has good reviews or one that's used and save a couple bucks, but just be prepared to spend money on mags and carry the weight around.
I am a new member of GBBR gang, and I very much enjoyed running it. I think I'm not going to really run them outside. I'll probably just run them at our indoor field, but I have a new I bought a VFC MP7, and I absolutely love it. It kicks really cool, and yeah, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun to use. So I enjoy it personally as well.
Yeah, it's a good time. So just have patience with it too. I think that's a big one. You can't just grab it and expect it to be like...
He said he's spent a lot of money on his MWS. MWS is one of the best GBR platforms, so
yeah,
I'm sure it's going to perform well. You know, it's not going to...
They're good. I like them a lot. I've never owned one. I've seen them a lot. I've seen a lot of guys use them, and they're very competitive. Lots of aftermarket support and things like that, which is super important when it comes to GBBs because you're constantly fixing something. So, great platform nonetheless.
You guys got PVS 14 objective caps in. I could look it up, but, you know, effort. Well, I'm going to look it up too, Zach, so I think you can look it up too.
I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. Sorry.
I would say look it up online for what you need. I don't know how much night vision stuff we have right now.
It's kind of scarce.
So, but just take a look. Thoughts on the VFC GBB M249? It's very cool. I've seen it a couple times in the wild.
I think
HPA.
I think it needs to be HPA tapped.
So I think once you HPA tap it, it's very, very cool. It's still cool as is, but you know, it's a little more reliable.
I think my favorite part about it is it's actually kind of limited to its capacity of rounds. I mean, we know Airsoft has LMG, 2,000 rounds, 2,500 rounds in a drum mag, and you can literally hold the trigger down until it runs dry. And to a degree, that's really cool, but to a degree, it's unrealistic in the greatest extent. But the lower capacity magazines that come with the gas blowback 249 and then having to reload, I think first off, that's really fun from the user's perspective because it actually feels like you're running like something unique and it's more fun in my opinion. So I think it's really cool. Apparently it shoots pretty well. It's quite reliable so far, and you can HPA tap them. So I'd own one.
Yeah, I would own one too,
yeah.
To be honest. Very cool. Moose is looking at the VFC FAL.
FALs are cool.
You know, you asked my opinion. I you know, very cool. They shoot good.
Like
you guys doing D14 anytime soon? I bet the next time we do D14 is whenever AMS has their next Southern Front game if they do another one. I don't think we're going down to D14 for anything though anytime soon, unfortunately, which is it's just so far, but it's great field.
I know, I love
Fantastic
D14.
field.
I haven't been in too long.
I wish we were going down soon.
I know.
Yeah. If you guys have any other questions, we're getting here close to the end, so
Yeah.
ask them while you can.
Last
Some
chance.
good stuff, some good therapy for your toxicity. I think some of you are humble. I think some of your toxic traits are actually wholesome. Somebody on the YouTube said, I fix guns and don't charge. It's a very wholesome, kind thing that you do. It's like charity.
It is like
For
charity.
people that don't know how to fix their own guns.
Fixing one toy gun at a time. Doing God's
For
work.
free. So you have the Red Cross of techs. Yeah. So, we're at Copperhead this weekend.
Yes. Say hi to everyone at Copperhead.
We'll there, obviously. We always
Pre-orders,
do.
all that fun jazz.
Pre-orders.
See in the dark.
See in the dark. And then later this month we'll be at Six Flags. I know a lot of us will be there playing. Big show of force for Amped Airsoft.
Gonna blow the dust off of the Airsoft gear. Get out there and play.
I don't even know what I'm going to use yet.
Me neither. I think I'm gonna try to get a new ETU for my M4 PTW.
Oh, yeah.
And try to run that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Something light. I think I'm gonna do something really like just typical Airsoft kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I don't think there's really
It might be humid down there.
It's gonna be humid. It's gonna be muggy. I don't really want to do like a crazy impression for that one. I think I'm just gonna go to play Airsoft.
Yeah, no, I agree. If I get my stoner back, I'm definitely running that.
Right, and then you'd run just like a, I don't know.
Mini Mag, JPC probably.
Yeah.
Something of the like.
I think that'd be fun.
Alex, I don't know. I wake up every morning and I actually get upset with how cute I am. I look in the mirror and I say, why? Why did I get blessed with this? Sorry. I will stop in by this week. I'm back in the Berg. I need to stop. That's Zach, by the way. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I probably will stop in this week. You should. You should absolutely stop in this week. Our retail hours are different. I think you know that, though. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pretty much all day. Get on it.
No, I can't right now. I also saw Credit Karma sent me a notification, too. They were like, good job on your credit, or something.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Good karma. Good credit. Good karma credit.
Okay, Eric's lost his mind officially.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
if you guys don't know, we do this every single week. It is Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. on a lot of socials, except TikTok, apparently. But come back next week. Join us for another Lunchtime Live. Bring your questions. Bring your trauma that you need to dump. We'll do another
trauma dump.
Another therapy session here in the
Airsoft
Lunchtime
trauma
Live.
dump.
So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.